Hi everyone, thanks for coming along to today's video. We're going to be doing a mobility workout today. We're focusing on the whole body, just getting you moving and doing a few movements that you can do in your living room, at home, anywhere you've got a bit of space. Before we get started, I would always say make sure you've got plenty of space around you. We will be doing some stuff on the floor, so I've got a mat here. If you've got your own mat, then great. If not, feel free to use a towel, or if you've got a bit of carpeted area, anywhere it's going to be comfortable for you to get onto the floor. I've also got some water with me just to keep you hydrated throughout, and make sure you've got the windows open if you are indoors, just to let some fresh air in and some ventilation. But we'll just get started then. We're going to start nice and light, and just follow along with me as best you can. If there's any moves that you're struggling with, just try to slow down or adapt them. I'll give you different options as we go through as well. But we'll start off nice and easy, just in a standing position. We're just going to bring those shoulders up towards those ears, bringing them back. Bring those shoulder blades close together, and then bring them forward, separating those shoulder blades as you come to the front. Nice big circles. Really accentuate the movement to get as much range of motion as you can. Everything we do today will be nice and slow and controlled. It's just about loosening up these joints, making these muscles work, stretching them out. Just generally making our body feel a little bit better about itself. Okay, just arms by our side. We want our chest pushed out, arms about level with our shoulders, chest pushed out nice and strong, and then bring your arms around, give yourself a big hug, and bring that chin down, and then alternate between your hands which one's on top. Really separate those shoulder blades as you hug yourself, and bring them close together as you stretch that chest. We're going to be working on mobility of the whole body, so we'll look at the shoulder and the chest area, the upper body area. We'll look at the core, we'll look at the lower body. We'll even do some ankle mobility stuff, just to loosen us up. Everyone's kind of been sat down quite a lot during lockdown, so this is ideal to do when you get spare 20 minutes. Okay, just hands by your side, keep it nice and easy still. We're just going to bend to the side, stretching those sides out. Keep facing forward, keep those hips facing forward. Nice and simple. We're really just going to take our time with this. Nice easy movements, just to loosen us up. Okay, this time we're going to bring the arm above our head, just to increase that stretch slightly. You can extend the stretch further, just lean a bit further to the side. Let's do one more on each side. Well done. Okay, let's go down onto our knees now. This is what I've got the mat here, so make sure you've got something comfortable to go onto. If you struggle in this knelt position, just do it standing. But we're going to try it on our knees to begin with. So make sure you're nice and steady. Knees about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit further if you need help with your balance. Keep that chest pushed forward, arms nice and straight. We're going to bring our arms up in front, and then back behind, and down, making a nice curve as we come down. We're going to come back up the same way we went down, and back to the start. Nice big arm circles, so straight up above the head, to the sides and back to the sides. Keep your glutes and your core tense while you're doing this. Hands up to the sky, down, and back. Let's come back up the same way. Keep that chest pushed forward as best as you can. Well done, keep it going. Hands nice and high. To the side, to the back. And back the same way you came. We're going to go for 3 more times. Two more to finish this movement. One last time, really make it count. Nice and stretch to the ceiling. Come back as far as you can. Bring them back to the sides and back as far as you can. To the ceiling and back down. Okay, well done. So let's go into a bit of a prone position now. So, hands in line with the shoulders roughly. On your knees, toes on the floor. We're just going to lower our hips to the ground. And we're going to tilt our head up to the sky. You should feel a nice pull on your core and your spine is nice and loose doing this. Squeeze those glutes as well. Keep those hips pushed down towards the floor. Let's come back. And bring our hips down towards our heels, keeping our arms where they are, and our head towards the floor. Let's come back to that Sphinx pose. Keep those hips low. Head tilted up. And back again. Hips down towards the heels. And one last time, let's come back to the Sphinx pose. Tilt that head up. And finish off back again with our hips towards our heels. Keep those arms nice and straight. Bring your head down towards the floor. And release. Okay, so staying in a similar kind of position, we're going to go into a shoulder stretch and a chest stretch, prone stretch, chest stretch. So keeping your knees where they are, one hand roughly where it was before as well. Keeping your left hand there. With your right hand, we're going to hook it through the gap, bring our shoulder down towards the floor, and we're just going to rotate away from that stretch just to make it nice and tight. You should feel this on the outside of your shoulder. If you're struggling to feel the stretch, just rotate the body a bit more. Let's come back up, hook the other arm through, bring that shoulder down towards the ground, and rotate away from the stretch. Back out, change arms again. Back out, again change arms. Rotate away, just to increase the stretch. And relax it. Okay, we'll go right to the prone position again. This time lying flat. Keep your right arm at a right angle. Keep your other arm straight. I'm just going to push your arm away, just to stretch out that chest area. You're going to tilt at the hips as well, rotate the hips as well, sorry. Just so you get a nice stretch in your chest and your shoulder. Let's change sides. Keep the left arm at 90 degrees. Push yourself into the stretch. Take the right side of your hip off the floor. Try and keep your shoulder close to the ground as well. Okay, let's go back to the other arm. If you feel like you're not getting much of a stretch, just move your arm around slightly, just to get that magic point. And change again. A few more seconds. And relax. Okay, let's come back onto our knees. This time we're going to go into a cat-cow position. So into a table type position, hands in line with the shoulders as best you can, knees in line with the hips as best as you can. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to try and bring our upper back towards the ceiling, curving our spine, and bringing our head down as well, just to get a nice stretch in that thoracic region. And then we're going to bring our chest down towards the floor, keeping our arms straight. Shoulder blades coming close together, tilt that head up. And keep that movement going. Really push up. Accentuate that stretch. Up. And back down. Okay, this time keep your knees where they are. Bring your forearms to the ground, link your fingers, and bring your head to the ground. And we're just going to do the same again, but more focused on our lumbar region, so the lower part of our back. So just try and curve the lower part up towards the sky. And back down. So in a small movement, you should feel the lower part of your spine reaching towards the sky and back down towards the floor. Really push out with that stretch. And back down. Up again towards the sky. And back down. Okay, let's bring it onto our back now. We'll do a similar type of movement, just with a pelvic tilt. So lying on our back, get nice and comfortable. Heels on the floor. All we're going to do is we're just going to tilt our hips up so that your glutes are nice and tight and your hips are turning up towards your belly button. And then we're going to do the opposite movement. We're going to create a nice curve in the floor, keeping our upper back attached to the floor, but getting a nice gap under our back, keeping our butt and upper body next to the floor. Then we'll bring that lower back down to the ground, tilt those hips back up, and this is the pelvic tilt. Keep that going, try and keep those glutes nice and tight as well. Really give them a good squeeze. This is just moving our lumbar region of our back, the lower part of our back a bit more. Really squeeze those glutes. Get that stretch as far as you can. Pull those hips up towards the belly button. And then dig those hips into the ground. Let's keep it going. 2 more times. Down, last time. Up. And down. Okay, relax it there. Next, we're going to come onto our feet, so take your time getting up. You don't want to rush the blood to the head. If you want to, it's time to grab a sip of water, feel free to do so. Hopefully you're already starting to feel a little bit looser. We're going to start working our way down to more of our hamstrings and our legs. So, in a standing position, feet flat on the floor, roughly shoulder width apart, toes facing roughly forward, hips facing forward. And we're just going to keep that back nice and straight. We're just going to hinge at the hips, bringing our chest down towards the floor, and back up. We're going to aim for about 90 degrees with our legs and our upper body. Most important thing is just keep your feet flat on the floor, keep that back straight. Hopefully you should feel a nice pull on your hamstrings. Back up. Let's just keep that moving. So we're just moving our mobility movements just down to our leg area now. Let's go for 3 more. I'm going to keep those feet flat on the floor, back nice and straight. If you feel like not getting enough of a stretch, just go further down. Let's do 1 more for luck. And back up. Okay, well done. Shake those legs off. Just in a standing position. We're going to go for some bodyweight squats, and then we're going to adapt them into a hamstring stretch as well. So first of all, let's just do a few bodyweight squats just to get our body moving. So feet nice and flat on the floor. We're going to make our feet a bit wider than shoulder width apart this time. Turn it into more of a sumo squat. You can turn your toes pointed out a little bit further. We're just going to come down nice and low, and back up. You've got those hands in the front just to help with your balance if you need to. Just nice and controlled and slow. Just going to work those muscles a little bit more. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. Okay, this time we're going to go down. Hands on your toes. We're going to raise those hips to the sky, keeping your toes and hands connected. Back down, and then back up with the squat. Let's go again. Down with the squat, fingers to toes, hips to the ceiling, back down, and up. Okay, let's keep that going, just a few of those. Let's go for 2 more. And last one, down nice and low, bring those hips up, down, and back up. Well done, shake those legs off again. Okay. This time, we're going to go back down to the mat into a prone position again. Let's go for a push-up position. What we're going to do is bring your right foot up towards your hand, on the outside of your hand. With your right hand take off and bring to the sky. Back down and bring to the sky. Bring that elbow towards the floor and hand to the ceiling. Let's go for 2 more. 1 more. Okay, let's switch sides. Really reach up towards that ceiling. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. Well done. Okay, we'll come back onto our feet again, take your time getting back up. This time we're going to just hamstring scoops. All you do with these is get a standing position, make sure you've got some space behind you. We're going to bring our left leg back, bring our foot onto our heel, toe point towards the ceiling, keeping this front leg straight. And we're going to come down, keeping that back straight, and just scoop upwards, and then back into that standing position. Switch legs, keep the front leg straight, toes pointed up, come down, hinge at the hips, and back up. Let's keep it going. Just nice and controlled, not too fast. Try and keep that lower back as straight as possible. Hopefully you should feel this in the back of your leg now. Just that nice stretch. If you're not getting much of a stretch, just come down closer to the ground, bend more at the hip, hinge more at the hips, sorry. Let's just keep that going. And to bend that back leg, keep that front leg nice and straight. Obviously the more room you've got, the further back you can go. Okay, and rest it there. Okay, this time we're going to do a bit more of a workout movement. So it's going to be a bit more difficult, but still doable. So what we're going to do just in a standing position, we're just going to work on our balance first. We're going to have our right leg flat on the floor, foot light on the floor. We're going to bring our knee up, and we're just going to bring it back behind us, hinging at the hips, and back up. Switch legs. Concentrate on your balance, take your time with these, and back up. Bring your leg up, back behind, hold, and back up. Make sure you have got plenty of room behind you, so you're not kicking anything, like I just did a minute ago. This is just helping with our ankle mobility as well. I'm going to work that a bit more as well in the next movements. Be nice and high. Keep that back nice and straight. And back up. Let's do one more on each leg. If you're feeling comfortable, really hold it for a bit longer in the middle. You can hold it a bit longer while you're there. And bring it back down. Okay. Now we're just going to do a standing single leg hop. So, one leg off the floor. We're just going to hop off the floor, bend those knees as we land. Keep that position. 3. Try and hold that balance. Better than I am. Well done. If you need to use your other foot to help you balance as well, go for it. Really bending that knee when you land is going to help as well. Let's go for one more. And switch legs. Remember to really bend that knee when you land, just a little jump. We'll take a bit of time just to get your balance right with this one. Let's go for one more. Wasn't the best one, let's go for one more and try and get a good one. Here we go. Down nice and low, and bend that leg, that's better. There we go. So you can do a few more of those if you like. That's just going to work on your ankle mobility and strength. Now we're going to go into a static lunge. So, facing forward, I'm going to bring your left leg back, bring that knee down towards the floor. You can just rest it there for now. And we're just going to keep our toe at the back, the balls of our feet in the same position, and our foot in the front in the same position. We're just going to lift ourselves up and back down. Keep that knee off the floor. Just go for 5 and then we'll change. Last one. Well done, let's switch legs. Sit down first, get your position right first. Once you've got that right, lift yourself up. And up down. Keep that knee off the floor. Again, it's working your balance. It's working your ankles as well, which is what we're aiming for. One more. Well done. Shake those legs off. We'll go for one more set of that. So in the stand position again. Bring your left leg back. Position right first. Chest push forward. Up we come. And down. Just for 5 reps. Well done. Switch sides even. Well done. Nice and long. Get your position right first. Chest push forward. Up we come. And 5 reps. Last one. Well done. And rest there. Okay, we'll finish off in a plank position. So again, we're back on the mat. If you need to take a sip of water, go for it. We'll come down onto our knees. And we're going to go into that straight arm plank position. So for this, we're going to be nice and steady. And then we're going to come to the side, bring your foot over to help with your balance, and bring that arm up to the side. We'll come back to that plank position, and then change sides. As we're doing it, we're just going to hold it for a bit longer. So let's hold it for a couple of seconds. And let's come to the side. If you're finding you struggle with your balance, just separate your feet a bit further apart. And back into that position. Down. Adapt this to you. If you find it, you want to hold it for a bit longer, go for it. If you just want to keep it moving, and speed up a little bit. Just try and keep those nice straight lines throughout the body. We'll go back through one more time. To the side. And back to the middle to hold for a few seconds. And relax. Okay, come back onto your feet, nice and slowly. So hopefully that will give you an idea of some movements that you can do to loosen up, to get some mobility movements going. They're not too strenuous. As we've gone through, we've made them a little bit harder, especially for the jumping movements. But they are just going to help you loosen up. Probably feel a bit looser now. If we're sitting around all the time during lockdown, we can get aches and pains and get quite stiff. So this is a good thing to do kind of consistently to just loosen up your whole body. I hope you have enjoyed it though. If you do have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me personally. You can find me on Instagram just search for @ScottWoodsPT. That's @ScottWoodsPT. Or you can email me at scottwoodspt@outlook.com. I'd love to hear from you guys. But in the meantime, look after yourselves and look out for some more videos coming soon. Cheers, man.